Moscow is escalating arms to counter the U.S.'s prompt global strike program, and it's been reported that they're currently working on a new hypersonic missile. That's right, a missile. Now, this missile can carry nuclear warheads and breach existing military defense systems. Russia plans to modernize the country's strategic missile force in a full-swing effort with the YU-71 missile. Its project codename 4202, and it claims to have a maximum speed of 7,000 miles per hour. It's said to be highly maneuverable, according to ballistic weaponry specialist here. Now, Jose, this is significant because of the reasoning behind 4202's development. It's said to be a new arms race between China, Russia, and the U.S., and with this latest news coming out of Sputnik News, which we understand to be a propaganda arm of the Kremlin, but they did take this article and they cited Jane's intelligence blog about this missile program. They're saying, yeah, it's a secret missile, we're doing it, but we have every right to, because look at your own nuclear program. It's in direct response to you U.S. nuclear arms people, and we're doing it. And it'll be ready by 2020 to 2025.
I mean, this is sad. We are looking at what could be Cold War 2.0. We are seeing a new escalation in between the threats and the big dogfight, like, oh, I have a bigger weapon than you. The reality is that this will continue because China and Russia will never accept the U.S. leadership in the world. Other countries, they say, yeah, we'll align with the U.S., but Russia and China will never play that role. They will do business, they will try to live along, but the reality is that the more the U.S. engages in this war-pushing attitude, Russia and China, they will respond. They will not, oh, your weapon is that big, I'm going to step back. No, they will fight back.
It's an escalation in this game, and it's really troubling to look at it and to watch the development. You know, we reported on the Lip last week that Saudi Arabia and Russia just cemented a nuclear arms deal. Russia has purchased 40 new missiles. All of this news is coming out where they're really acquiring a lot of warheads, and it's kind of troubling if you think about it, because the Saudi Arabian government was our ally, and now they're building nukes with Russia. Also, we reported on the Lip last week that we have been stationing tanks around the Russian border, and it's understandable that they would have this sort of escalation because of what we're doing. We need to scale it back. I totally understand, you know, what they're doing. They don't like the U.S. hegemony, as you pointed out, and they're saying, you know, not on our watch, and we're doing something about it.
It is. The problem is that if you see the broader picture, at least in Russia, where we just reported about their military Disneyland and their new propaganda within the country to brought up a whole new generation of kids kind of ingrained in the war culture, in the war pride of Russia. And then you see at this timeline of developing super powerful weapons for 2020, that's a whole new generation of young soldiers that will be willing to fight for Russia. That, and then the US engaging in that game and going there and trying to show off, it's a recipe for disaster.
Not only that, Jose, but you know, the terms of ending the Cold War in the 80s specifically was that the United States, we wouldn't touch the Ukraine. They agreed to take down the wall. We promised in theory not to touch the Ukraine. Look at what we've done. We've destabilized the Ukraine. I mean, those were the terms. We're violating the terms of the ceasefire agreement. It's like, what do we think's going to happen?
I mean, the reality is that the industrial military complex has no limits, and it's something that goes beyond countries. This is something that the industrial complex benefits from Russia making weapons, from China making weapons, from the U.S. making weapons, from Saudi Arabia, Iran making weapons. So we have to understand that we are seeing an era on this planet where corporations and businesses have more influence on the world than the countries and the geopolitical conflicts that we have. These warmongering weapon makers will push for this escalation because it's good business for them. In the meantime, we all, the rest of the world, we are there left to see if we're going to have a missile fight disappearing us all together.
Well, all of this posturing, it certainly has a lot of significance here, and we'd love to know what you think at home about the nuclear proliferation, what Russia's doing. Do they have a right to do it? If they don't, please log on, post your comments below about this story. While you're at it, be sure to browse the rest of our channel and subscribe to the Lip TV 2.